Greetings, YouTube. You know, every once in a while, an issue sneaks up on me. I don't think about it. I don't think it's a community-wide discussion. And then eventually, because I've never covered it on my channel, I hear from a couple people or more that have some theory or complaint as to why I haven't touched on it. I bring that up because in Map 5 of Alliance Quest, and I have to say that I only run Map 5. My Alliance does a combination of battle groups in Map 5 and Map 6, but I am strictly Map 5. I haven't had significant issues. In fact, if anything, outside of the mutant Doombot, I have had the opposite of issues. I've had some thankfulness. So, when we go to Map 5, and we look at the map itself, the Doombot that I love the most is this science guy, right? Now, I get that he's got an enhanced special 2, but I just never let him get to a special 2. But in addition to that, the secret to my success in Alliance Quest Map 5 has been my mastery setup, specifically one mastery. Well, I guess technically 2, because keep in mind, on defense, I have the recovery mastery maxed out. Increase any health your champions recover during a fight from buff or passive regeneration effects by 15%. But in general, you would be amazed if you have at least 1 point in willpower, and I get if you don't run suicide masteries, you probably want to keep that at 1. That's what the majority of people who I've talked to tell me. They say, I feel like 1 point is plenty in willpower, I don't need more. But when you run max suicides, you need as much regeneration as possible, especially when you're going up against certain detrimental effects. And so, with willpower, I have just been amazed at how much health I've been able to gain back in fights, particularly from the Science Doombot. I point to the Science Doombot because when I look at my specific Alliance Quest path, I take path 2 in Tier 1, and then, again, path 2 in Tier 2. So I go up against this guy, who I just really enjoy gaining health back from. And then there's a second science champ at the end of this path that 3 of us take. And so, yeah, it's really been not bad at all for me. But here's the other thing. I use 565 Red Hulk, right? I use rank 565 Corvus, and I use 565 Quake. So, a lot of people don't have rank 5 stars, and even if they do, they're not SIG 200. And so, yes, the PI of your defenders on this map are worse than my alliance, because we're an alliance that has a huge overall rating. But at the same time, I've received the same complaint from 2 people. And this is just an honest question I'm asking the community. I don't have an answer to this because it really doesn't affect me, but I also realize I'm using stronger attackers than a lot of people have the access to. They're saying, Prof, you gave this great endorsement of Glory Store changes, but you didn't talk about how Doombots are so much harder to defeat than Sentinels or Symbioids, for example, that when you go to the Glory Store, my alliance mates and I, because they said it was their alliance, it wasn't just them, we can't use our Glory on Tier 5 basic Catalyst Fragments or Tier 2 Alpha. We're having to use them on Alliance Health Potions and Revives, because we are, quite frankly, dying pretty fast to these Doombots by the time we end it. Now, of course, when I bring this up, you're going to have the people who, in the comment section, always swear that they're the greatest fighters in the world and they never have died in Alliance Quest or Alliance War, and only noobs do that, say, well, they just must suck at the game because Doombots are easy, and how dare they actually waste my time having me listen to the alleged struggles of things that shouldn't be hard, right? That comment's going to be there, because it's always there. But for me, I've brought this up in multiple videos, so I'm not going to linger on it. But the worst part of Map 5 is still just the passive AI. It is crazy frustrating how when you start the fight, the champion looks like they're almost asleep. And so you can't count on parrying, because that would actually assume that they're going to hit into you. And so you have to kind of take a chance and dash forward, or maybe you can bait their heavy with the heavy of your own if you're lucky, or you hold block to bait a heavy. But the times that I've been the most wrecked in these fights are the times where I go to dash forward and then suddenly that defender, who appears to be awake because they're so passive and they're not attacking me, fires off a special, or if they're not ready with a special attack, they just go into a combo and I'm intercepted by them waking up Snorlax style. I also have to say that if there is one Doombot objectively that I struggle with the most, but I did not struggle with the Doombot as much as I thought I would, it's this mutant bot here. Because, yes, the unblockable special one sometimes of the Iceman special one attack is something that I still don't have the perfect timing to dexing. But at the same time, it's doing less damage on me than I thought it would on paper before this started. So I'm kind of able to survive and not take the L, if you will, by being knocked out. But now that I'm hearing from more people who say that these Doombots are causing them issues, the more I realize, too, that not all people have the blessing reliance of 565 5-stars or rank 2 6-stars. So maybe it's just these two summoners, but maybe it's not. Keep in mind that Sentinels, when they came out, were so frustrating that Kabam actually had to somewhat nerf them like they did the Hyperion mini-boss in Map 5, because they were just they're that much of a pain. And such a huge jump from Symbioids to Sentinels, and Symbioids were what they were before. I don't see as huge of a jump from Sentinels to Doombots, but I might be blinded by an easy path in this, or just champions that are more OP than most people get to use. So I'm relying on you, which is why the question of this video will be, how is your alliance dealing with Doombots, or how is your alliance, what's your alliance's opinion on Doombots? Because I don't know. Every alliance is different, and so this is a video that's more about a forum post for questions more than I have the specific answers for everybody, because of course it also differs by alliance and who you have on your roster. I will say to end this video that if you think that there is a great strategy to taking down a certain Doombot or a counter besides what I've already mentioned, specifically the Willpower Mastery, please comment that to help out your fellow summoners, as this is something that is going to continue to be an ongoing issue for the alliances that are struggling right now, because we know Alliance Quest seasons last about a year, so it's not like Doombots are going away anytime soon. Have a great day, or night, or morning, or wherever you chose to click on this video, YouTube. Thanks for watching.